Hi, for this discussion board, Lab 3 Behavior Change Part 3, um, I'll be talking about my baseline data and my intervention data. For the 5 consecutive days, I was keeping track of my behavior of eating out. I tend to eat out mostly the weekends. Um, I tend to go out with my parents or friends and stuff like that. But lately, I had noticed that my behavior had drastically changed whenever I got a new job, and I started going out for my lunch hour. Um, so I started noticing that it's been easier for me to fall behind in meal prepping and actually prepping my food the night before and packing my lunch. So in the morning, every time I wake up, I would just had no energy, no time to actually pack my lunch. And most of the times, I was running so late that I would decide not to do it, and then I would just use my hour lunch to go grab something to eat, especially since McDonald's is very close, and then Uber Eats and DoorDash exist. But that was really bad because Uber Eats, it's so expensive. Last time I noticed, it did it for me whenever I spent $30 on a medium caramel frappe and three chocolate chip cookies, and then I think it was a medium or a small fry or a large fry. It was 3 items, and I spent almost $30. So financially, I was trying to cut down my eating out spending. And then for my consecutive 5 days, I noticed that I started on my first day, I ate 3 times. I I stopped at I would stop at Starbucks to grab a coffee and my breakfast sandwich, and it would work out so perfectly because there was no line, so I couldn't even be mad at myself because whenever I would pull up to Starbucks, there was nobody there. So it's like it all worked out, but it was bad. And then, or if not, I would order Uber Eats to bring me my coffee and my little breakfast sandwich. So then I will get breakfast, I will get lunch, and then there was one day that it was my cousin's birthday, so we went out to eat. So literally, I was eating 3 times out, which was very, very bad. So for my intervention, I started meal prepping on Sundays. My mom already does it, so it was not a major difference, like drastic change. All I needed to do was to actually go in the kitchen when she was there and actually be a part of it. So I started doing that, and I started um, gathering all the ingredients and planning, having a list of what I was gonna cook for the week. And then the night before, I always made sure that I left my food packed and ready to go. So then in the morning, I'll be just grabbing my lunch bag and putting my Tupperware, my containers in my lunch bag, and then I'll be able to go. But on the first day, the first couple of days, I did see that I was still ordering out. I kept bringing myself, ordering some Starbucks in my breakfast. I also began ordering since whenever I would forget to bring my snacks, I would order crumble cookies, which is bad. But then it went down to now. This whole week, I only ate out on Thursday. Yes, on my planner, I had scheduled my lunch time because I was gonna go out with my coworker, and that was the only time. And then I've been packing my lunch. I've been prepping my snacks too. Like I mentioned on my other for my the extra credit, I mentioned that I've been cutting fruits and bringing chocolate covered strawberries and Trulies, all those little snacks, because now I have time to actually cut the fruit, put it in my Tupperware, because I have I have a big set that I bought from Amazon, sorry, that is a square and it has 4 little spaces for you to put your little snacks. So I've been putting, sometimes I bring fruits, and then sometimes I put granola or little Chex Mix in those, or like peanuts and stuff like that I can be snacking on. And I've been able to do that because I've been able to pack my lunch the day before. So now whenever I'm working on sending emails and doing reports and I get hungry, I can go to the break room, open the fridge and bring out my little snack that I brought, instead of starving myself and then just telling myself to wait until 12 or 1 whenever I go to lunch. And then instead of ordering on Uber Eats and waiting 25-30 minutes for my cup of cookies to get there, now I can literally just open my drawer and get it out. So I've seen the difference in my token. The token system has worked for me a lot. I've been rewarding myself with being able to listen to music and actually create a very calm morning routine, and it gives me so much happiness, and I get more excited to actually go to work instead of rushing out the door like I used to. So yeah, okay. Thanks.